Hey, what's up everyone? Hughes from ET Card Collector. Well, today is Sunday. The National is probably wrapped up by now as it's about 6 o'clock local time, so 6 o'clock Chicago time. And so I'm not sure what time the show ended, but I think it was over late afternoon. So that would mean another National is in the books. I did not get to go this year, but if you win, I hope you enjoyed it. Had a fun time. Found all the cards that were on your want list, blew your entire budget for the next year, etc., etc. I know last year was my first trip there. It wasn't in the books to go this year, but last year was my first trip and it was an absolute blast. So if you got to go, I hope you enjoyed it. I've been watching videos on YouTube with pickup recaps and show floor footage, meet and greets and whatnot, and it looked like a lot of fun. And I'm hoping that I will get to go next year, if not to the National, maybe to Strongsville, or possibly both. We will see. But like I said, last year was my first trip, and it was a year ago yesterday, so August 1st of last year, that I got to go to Wrigley Field for the first time. Another experience I'll never forget. And I'm going to pop a little picture in here for you to see from that day. So that was my family who flew up from Dallas just for the day. They flew up that morning, went to the game, flew home that night. So an amazing day, and it's hard to believe that it's been a year ago since the last National, a year ago since my first trip to Wrigley. But it gives me something to look forward to maybe for next year. So anyway, through the meet and greets and the meetups and things like that, you get to know YouTubers and people you see on the computer and whatever. And that's always a lot of fun. It's neat that when you get to see them, you realize that you're from the same area. As a result of one of those friendships, I got to meet Matt from Straight Race Cards. I came to find out he lives about a half hour or so, maybe less, from where I work. So we started talking at the Dallas show a couple of weeks ago, and we texted some last week, and we decided to have lunch together on Friday, a couple of days ago, here locally. That was a blast. It was neat to get to sit down with another YouTube personality outside of a card show, or outside of a YouTube video thing that you collaborate on and whatnot, and just get to sit down and have a meal with them and talk to them. And that was a lot of fun. I really got to know Matt well through that hour or so we met. And like I said, he lives, I don't know, half or so hour away from where I work. So Matt, I enjoyed it, our time together, our meal together. So look forward to maybe doing that again down the road. A little update on a project I've been working on. I started a 1979 Topps baseball set from the ground up, maybe about 6 or 8 weeks ago. I don't know. It's on my computer in there. But I've tracked every card or lot I've purchased. And on Friday afternoon, I picked up the final 22 cards that I needed. I bought a group of 19 on Facebook. That left me 3 shy of the set. And then later that evening, I went in and bought the final 3 I needed. Luckily, they all came from the same dealer to help save on shipping. So I'm hoping those will be here Thursday, Friday of this week coming up. So I can go through and do a video just recapping that set, what all I had into it, how much I ended up spending on a set build from the ground up. And I think that would be interesting to see. And then putting that set to bed, and then focusing on another, the next set I'll work on. I'm unsure which way I'll go at this point. I don't know if I will go another 70 set, a 60 set, or whatnot. 75 is my birth year. That's kind of where I'm leaning at this point. I know a local dealer that has probably most of the commons. If I can find a couple of starter lots, I've got several of the Hall of Famers already. So if I can find a couple of starter lots to get me going like I did with the 79s, we'll go that route. I've also been kind of leaning towards doing a football set. I have never done a vintage football set. I know they're typically smaller than the baseball sets. I am a completionist in that I like to have them finished. And so I think trying to do a football set or two would be probably a little bit easier because there's not as many cards. I was leaning towards the 1960 or 61 series. There's not a lot of key rookie cards, so maybe just, a couple of smaller, cheaper sets to get me started. I've been collecting baseball since 1987, so I thought, why not, try to do some football related stuff. So I think I'm going to make a goal of trying to do one of those sets next, in addition to the next baseball set. That way I can have multiple sets I'm working on and not just try to be super focused on one. All that said, I did pick up one card this week. I went to a card store on Thursday to get some of the white boxes like this to mail in because I'd run out. And the guy had a showcase there, and there was a Griffey in there, and I asked the guy to come over, and I said, hey, what do you want for that? And he told me. I'm like, you do realize these go for like double what you're asking. He goes, I understand that, but this is a consignment case, and so it's whatever the seller puts on it. And so after thinking about it for, I don't know, a few seconds, I was like, I'll go ahead and grab it. So it was this card, the 1996 Fleer Metal Griffey. This is just the base card. There's the back of it. It is amazing to watch what Griffey's cards have done. It doesn't matter if it's a base card like that, a refractor, a die cut, it doesn't matter. His 1990s Play-In Days cards, even his 89 Upper Deck, is just through the roof. Every time you think, oh, this card can't go up anymore, guess what? It does. And so Griffey was one of my favorite players along with Nolan Ryan growing up. So it's neat to see his cards, go through the roof like that. Makes it harder to collect some of them, but I did find a good deal, like I said, on this one. So I picked it up. Anyway, I hope, like I said, later in the week, I can do another video showcasing my 79 set being completed. Until then, thanks for watching, and so long.